What's up, peoples? I am back, and guess what I'm bringing you? Woo, woo, woo! A metagame update. Second video today. I uploaded a video earlier of me playing against Ketrock. Commentary. A disgusting fucking barcode player. And now I bring you essentially a metagame update on Blizzard and their community update, because apparently they have put out a community update here. So I can't wait to read this. I've read some of it already, so I'll go over it again. And yeah, guys, content. More and more content coming out from my YouTube until until I'm back streaming in like 24 days or whatever it is. So again, guys, thank you. At the end of this video, and like at the end of every YouTube video, anybody that does happen to like donate or whatever, I will make sure to read your messages, shout you out at the end of each video, as well as if there's good YouTube comments. I might read some of those out during the next video. So each video, leave good comments or what you want to see or whatever, and in the next video I'll shout out people. But for now, at the end of this video, I'll shout out people that donate, because I've had one $100 donation, a $10 donation, $10 donation already. So thank you guys. I hope you're enjoying these videos while I'm not able to stream, because I'm pretty sure I can't stream on YouTube, and it's probably not a good idea either way right now. Even if I could, I really don't want to, because I don't want to split. I don't want to end up making then some people go to YouTube and blah blah blah. So I'll just wait out the ban, make content in the meantime. So yeah, let's go over this. The faceless balance team with 46 posts. Can't put a name to this, can ya? David Kim, you know, from Blizzard, took a lot of flack previously because he didn't know how to balance the game. So now they just put balance team. They just have balance team so that no one can be pointed out as sucking at game balance. Now it's just the whole team. So takes the heat off of one person. Smart, Blizzard. 200 IQ right there. Hello everybody, it's been an exciting WCS Valencia. Many different strategies have been utilized. Blizzard, you're funny. Many different strats. Oh, that's funny. Alright, all three races were well represented. For us on the balance team, this is heartwarming to see. New faces made it in. Okay. Congrats to Sarah for winning. And hats off to Haas for showing unorthodox play. I didn't even know Sarah won. I didn't pay attention to Valencia. I didn't watch it. To start things off, we wanted to mention that there's a Team Liquid map contest. Judging ends July 30th. Okay, cool. In the tournament world, we're not seeing anything immediately concerning. You know what? In the Blizzard update department world, I'm seeing stuff that's very, very concerning. You know what I'm seeing that's concerning is what I just read here, literally about 9 seconds ago. You don't see anything immediately concerning? What about the lack of Terran late game ever since you nerfed the Raven? What about Protoss shield batteries, a free recall at Tier 1, and triple Nexus, and the fact that carriers are still imbalanced? What about the fact that Zerg is basically the strongest race in the game in terms of you being able to do anything? So we're seeing conversations in the community about late game being Protoss favored. Late game's not Protoss favored, Blizzard and people listening to this VOD. Late game's not Protoss favored. The entire game is Protoss favored. I just said Zerg is the strongest race. That doesn't mean it's the most favored. Protoss is the most broken, abusive race right now. Maybe I should rephrase. Zerg is the strongest in the amount of strategies that you can do and tactics. Protoss is just blatantly overpowered, and this needs to be fixed and addressed. Cannon rushes, shield batteries are, you know, ridiculous. A free recall at Tier 1 is absurd, needs to be fixed. Carriers also need to be fixed, and Immortals probably are too strong. Mostly carriers, shield batteries, and just in general, the race is just overpowered right now. It has been for a long time, but it's too strong. Especially having the free recall and just the all-in potential. Protoss is overpowered right now. Of course, it's normal for players on their side, any side, to believe the others are too strong while feeling like their own faction needs buffs. No, that's actually incorrect. Objectively, most people think Protoss is overpowered. Even myself, I can play all 3 races at Grandmasters, and I can tell you for a fact, carriers are busted. Shield batteries are busted. I say that having played both TVP and ZVP a hell of a lot. I have like almost 700 or 800 games of Zerg. I have more Zerg games this patch than I do Terran. And Protoss, I'm playing so many games and seeing so many games where Protoss literally just turtles 3-base, starts massing carriers. There's no answer in the game. You try and... Corruptors don't work because then they start massing Void Rays too. And they have Archons under... Carriers are absurd. I think carriers need 25 mineral interceptors so that they have a weakness. That needs to be reverted. But yeah, from our perspective, Protoss carrier with high Templar support is very powerful. Oh, they just said it. If the game goes on for a long period of time, the Zerg does have options to pull them apart. And punish that composition's relatively low mobility. No, they don't. I have seen this as a Zerg myself. I've seen it from other Zergs as well, and other Terrans. No. Carriers are actually broken with high Templar. The fact that you can sit there and have an army that is 15 carriers is absurd. There's no... Why is one unit... Why are you allowed to do that? You didn't let Terran players mass Ravens only as a composition. How come Protoss is allowed to make one unit, essentially, and then just add in high Templar and suddenly they're able to beat everything in the game? It's absurd. It's absurd. It's not balanced. Carrier is not balanced. It's not very powerful. It's broken. It has been for the longest time. Every single person I play on ladder literally tries to just start massing carriers in high Templar and Archons, and it's absurd. There's no counter to it. Zerg does not have options. Infestors are the only thing that works. Corruptors don't work. Hiders don't work. Queens don't work. Mass Spores, arguably, if you could turtle... The only thing that works is somehow making 50 Spores, Mass Infestor, a couple Vipers, and then Mass Corruptor Brood on top of the 50 Spores, which is not feasible. That's the fact that you have to do all that. You have to have that position right where the carriers are. The carriers, you just walk around that. It's absurd. So that needs to be fixed. Carriers need a fix. Shield batteries need a fix. Everything Protoss needs. Protoss is imbalanced. Objectively imbalanced. ZVP games focused around mid-game Zerg pushes. No, look. It can be an issue if the majority of the games are decided around a singular moment. No. Look, the fact that Zerg and Terran do a mid-game push, and then if Protoss survives, they auto-win because they have 15 carriers or whatever, or they get to late game, that's absurd. That needs to be fixed. Protoss right now has the strongest early, mid, and late game. You're not supposed to have all 3. Terran is strong early, or kind of weak early, but strong mid, and weak as fuck late. Zerg is strong early, strong mid, strong late. There's a problem there already. Zerg used to be weak in the mid game. Now they're strong at every stage in the game because of the Hydralisk and Baneling buffs. And then Protoss, strong early, strong mid, broken invincible late game compared to Zergs. So there's an issue. So basically Protoss... There's an issue here. Protoss needs to be fixed, and if the answer is kill them before they get there, which is basically what this is right here, ZVP games and TVP are focused around mid-game and how the Protoss player responds. That means that if the Protoss survives, they win. And that is absolutely unacceptable for game balance. ZVP also continues to have Stargate as the most common opener. It's not unexpected. Some of the fastest, they can double back and defend their base. That's true. ZVP does have interesting back and forth, so we're not looking to make an immediate change here. Stargate, in my opinion, the reason why it's the most common opener is because it's you can hold off every single thing in the game with Stargate opener. And without much retaliation from the Zerg. If you open Void Rays, Roaches don't... a Roach all-in is held. You open Oracles, Baneling Bust is held. So, there's no... Stargate opener is just too strong, I think. That's why it's the most common opener, because it basically Protoss can't die, so there's no early game weakness for Protoss. On top of that, shield batteries, 2 shield batteries behind a wall with 1 adept can hold off like 50 Zerglings. That's absurd. Shield batteries are also what's broken. TVZ, the previous Raven changes, have had the desired effect of making Terran late game an auto loss. I'm paraphrasing. What Blizzard said is, the Raven changes had the desired effect of reducing the ability of mass Ravens to defeat Zerg armies on their own. What Blizzard meant to say is, TVZ is now an automatic win for the Zerg player. Ruff has said this, I've said this, every other Terran player with a brain has said this. The Raven change was stupid because they did nothing about carriers, Tempests, Broodlords, Infestors, Vipers. The late game of the other races stayed exactly the same, and they just straight up nerfed Terran late game. So, yeah. It has generated a number of reports that TVZ shifted into the Zerg's favor late game. No shit. I literally, anyone that's seen me play my Zerg against Terran, I literally just turtle late game, and if I get to late game, it's an auto win. I just get an auto, Lurkers, Mass Queen, Broodlord, Infestors, Vipers, with a couple Nidus. It's no Terran composition in the game can beat it. Whether mech or bio, nothing in the game can actually beat it. The only thing that can beat it is landing a nuke on the army. Or killing them before they get there. Which doesn't work if you play the game, if the Zerg is playing the game with the intention to get to late game, like myself and like players like Snoot and Raynor and whoever else, they just play with the intent to get to late game and then they auto win. I think, like, no matter what people think of how good or bad Raynor is, the guy that's in GSL, you know, the little Italian kid, little Italian wonder kid or whatever, you can think he's like the best player ever. If you watch the games that he played, he literally just turtles to late game, to the Exodia army, I like to call it, the god composition. Broodlord, Mass Queen, Viper, and Terran gets an auto loss. Doesn't matter, best Terran players in the world, automatic loss, because of the Raven nerf. So, yeah. Having an advantage at different points of the game can be fine. As long as it provides the incentive to tech up rather than investing deeply into lower tier units and fighting with those. Having it be unwinnable is undesirable. No shit! It is like, dude, we've been waiting months for you to fix the game after the Raven nerf. Why do you think I switched to Zerg? Games are so easy now against Terran. Like, I just get to late game and I'm just like, I literally flame my opponents. I'm like, why haven't you left yet? The game's over. You didn't kill me. We're at the 15-minute mark. You didn't kill me and you're still making Marines and tanks. The game is over, bro. Like, you lost. You can't beat the Broodlord, Infestor, Viper, Mass Ling, Bane, whatever army. Like, you're dead. And that's what happens every time. I just crush the... Like the poor Terran players out there, including myself, like... I get flamed by Terrans all the time when I play Zerg versus Terran. I get flamed all the time on stream and off stream. They literally say, you know, they flame me because they're just like, this is stupid. Like, this style is ridiculous. And I agree with them. It is. It's not fun. Like, you just defend all attacks and then you win automatically because what is he going to build? Vikings? Nope. They die to I have 10 Vipers with Parasitic Bomb. He has 30 Vikings. All die instantly. Ghosts? Ghost, great idea. I have 15 Broodlords with Vipers and Lurkers underneath. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Yeah, good job. He tries to snipe my Broodlords and the Ghosts are dead because Snipe gets cancelled. How about they make Snipe uncancelable? That would be a good buff. That would make it fair. That would make it fair. Snipe is uncancelable. Then this late game composition doesn't have as much power because if you have 15 Ghosts and you snipe all the Broods, and the Broods die, uh-oh, now it's a fair game. Terran can actually fight. So that would be a good change. Make Snipe uncancelable so that the money you invest in the Ghost is actually worth it. Right now, if the Zerg gets to the God comp, to the Exodia comp, with the 15 Broods, 10 Vipers, Lurkers underneath, Queens, and whatever else underneath, you know, Hydras and Banelings, if the Zerg makes it there, it doesn't matter if the Terran has 20 Ghosts because, like, the Snipes are going to get cancelled over and over again. And then he just dies. So, yeah. TVP, biggest change was the Marauder buff. No, it was not. The biggest change that they made to Terran was the Raven nerf. Needs to be reverted or changed. And carriers need to be fixed. Same since Terrans have a stronger mid-game. What? They don't. Incorrect. Terrans don't have stronger mid-game. The game is basically the same, except Terran late game is weaker because of the Raven nerf. The Marauder buff was, like, okay. To be honest, the Marauder buff impacted TVT more than TVP. Like, the mirror matchup, Terran versus Terran, like, the Marauder buff is stupid because it makes Bio stronger against mech for no reason. Which then makes less strategies viable. Speaking of mech, what happened to mech, Blizzard? Let me take my glasses off again. What happened to mech? What's going on? Like, what happened to mech? And like, ever since the carrier buffs, the Raven nerfs, mech is near impossible. It's not impossible. You can play it, but it's more of like a surprise strat. Like, mech against Protoss, where is it? You think this is good development and game balance and game diversity when every single game at pro level and even on the ladder, for the most part, is literally bio? Like, where's the game diversity? Where's the strategic diversity in your game? You literally, every single game against Protoss is literally just bio. Like, the Cyclone, like, ever since they added shield batteries and recall and buffed carriers to insane levels of bullshit and nerfed the Ravens, every game is just bio now. Like, they need to nerf carriers, nerf shield batteries, and maybe fix Cyclones again. Like, Cyclones are so bad for the game. Terran versus Terran, they're bad. They don't have a place in TVP because they're too supply heavy. Maybe if they're too supply, if Cyclones were too supply, they might actually be really good, now that I think. Like, because you could have more of them in your army. Although then the game would be mass Cyclone. Although I don't see how much different that is from massing 50 Marines, right? But, you know, that would be an interesting change because it might be too strong, though. They might have to tweak the stats on that. But 2 supply Cyclones would have been, I think that would be... Honestly, they should... The Cyclones before the rework were way better. They were way better. What they need to do is they need to give Cyclones an auto attack against air. So, in the Legacy of the Void beta, Cyclones used to actually be really good. You could go tank Cyclone, like, as your main army comp. Tanks and Cyclones. It was like StarCraft 1. It was fucking amazing. It was... You could play so aggressive, attack in multiple places. If the guy switched to Broodlords, you'd have Cyclones that, like, were really good against air units. And it was so good. And then they just... They over-nerfed the Cyclone. Cyclones used to be able to even beat carriers in the Legacy of the Void beta. At one point, the anti-air was extremely strong, and then they, you know, as usual, they just hate mech, so then they got rid of it. So yeah, mech has disappeared from the game ever since the Marauder buff and the last set of changes, which is kind of bad. Mirror matchups, PvP is, I mean, I don't play much PvP, but PvP... It's pretty much like metagaming one base versus expand. TVT is actually stupid. Ever since the Marauder buff. TVT is ridiculous. I prefer ZVT over TVT. Terran vs. Terran used to be my favorite matchup. Now it's the worst because of the Marauder buff. Makes it too easy for bio. People that are bad at the game, essentially. Which is like 99% of people that play bio. And then ZVZ is actually the best mirror matchup besides... Like, after Ling Bane or after Roach versus Roach, Zerg versus Zerg is actually the best mirror matchup in the game. Because then it turns into, you know, I innovated the late... I actually innovated ZVZ late game. Hydra, Lurker, Viper with Nidus networks and Massive Ducks on Broodlords into Spores. So when it gets to late game, if you play Avilo style ZVZ, it's actually a really fun matchup. Really good. But yeah, the other mirrors, I don't know about... Like, TVT's pretty much sucky right now because bio is too strong. Marauders are too strong. And then PvP is always like PvP is. It's just ridiculous. It's just Imba against Imba. So yeah. To sum up, Blizzard, again, they have kind of an idea what they're talking about, but not really. In regards to all the Terran stuff, they have no fucking clue what they're talking about, as usual. No offense. I'm sorry, Blizzard. Get into contact with me. Again, I'll help you balance the game. Anyone will help you. Because the Raven nerf made it so Terran has no late game. There is no late game. whenever I play Protoss or Zerg and I get a Terran, I'm just like, oh, this is a free win. Like, I just turtle to late game and I get a free win. Carriers are too strong in the late game. Zerg is too strong. Vipers, energy units, infestors, broodlords, swarm hosts, too strong in late game, mid and late game. So yeah, I mean, the Raven nerf messed up the game for Terran. Terran is not fun to play. A lot of Terran players are retiring, switching races, or switching games because the state. I mean, to be honest, people really need to talk about the state of Terran right now. Terran is in the worst state that it's been in a while, regardless of tournament wins or design. Like, balance is actually horrendous for Terran at the moment. Every single Terran versus Zerg or Terran versus Protoss is the Terran player trying to win the game before the 15-minute mark. And if they don't, then usually the opponent has an advantage or a free win, which is not right. So, bring back Ravens, nerf or nerf the other races late games. Carriers need a fucking fix. They've needed a fix for... Carriers are actually imbalanced. Any player will tell you this. Any player that has a brain will tell you carriers are ridiculous. Make interceptors more expensive, so this unit is absurd. The free recall, everything Protoss is absurd. The free recall, carriers, all that stuff. Fix it. I will say, on a positive note for Blizzard, for StarCraft 2, Zerg is the best designed race right now because you can do whatever you want. I don't know if that's too strong or not. Like, it might be too strong that Zerg has so many choices and options. But Zerg is the most fun to play, in my opinion, because any strat works and is viable. Lingbane, Roach, Swarmhost, Broodlord, High-Tech, Low-Tech, Mass Lingbane, Mass Lings, Infestors, Neuroparasite, Fungal, Broodlords, Corruptors, Pissing on Buildings, Lurker, Hydra, Viper, Avilo style, Mass Roach, old-school Mass Roach, Ravager, Nidus Networks, Nidus all-ins, early game all-ins, one-base Roach Ravager all-ins, Mass Mutalisk base trade style, burrowed Banelings, you know, Mass Muta in general, with Lingbane, Mass Queens works, what else? Everything works. Like, anything that your heart desires will work as a Zerg, which is that's actually a healthy thing as long as it's not overboard. Zerg right now is how all three races should be. I should be able to play Terran, and I should be able to go Sky Terran, Mech, or Bio. Any of the three as a viable strat. Because that makes the game more fun, you have more options, more strategic diversity. Also, the interactions between the races become more dynamic and more numerous. I'm pulling out some vocabulary here. There's many more interactions when each race has different viable strategies than suddenly you see like Zerg against Sky Terran, Zerg against Mech, Zerg against Bio. And like each one requires a different type of playstyle from the Zerg player to beat. You have to play differently against Sky Terran than you do against Mech, or you do against Bio, which then makes the spectator value go up, tournaments, viewership, interest, everything is positive on that note. So they should focus on making every race like Zerg. Make it so everything is possible. Terran needs more strategic... Terran has no strategic diversity right now. Terran, right now, you either play Bio and you die because the opponent reached late game and you didn't kill them, or you play Mech and you rage all day like me because Mech is actually just... Ever since the Raven nerf, Mech is underpowered in late game as well. It has the same problem as... same exact issue as Bio. Late game is removed. And then Protoss, late game needs to be fixed. Carriers, Tempests need to be fixed. They need to make it so... See, the problem with Ravens was that... And I agree that they were too strong. Here's the problem with the late game of all three races. Free units. Swarmhosts, Infestors, Carrier Interceptors, Tempest shooting from 15 miles away, and then Terran Ravens, Mass Auto Turrets, and Seekers. All those are free. In a game of StarCraft, for healthy game balance and design, you should have to fight your opponent with units that cost income and money. Because then that makes the map and the resources and economy part of the game actually relevant. But there's too many ways right now, late game for all three races, to like... You get away with, like, sometimes one race or, like, one player can make free units against the other race, and then it turns into, like, this... It turns into a League of Legends game where it's, like, Swarmhouse Locust or like a creep wave, and you try and hold off the creep wave infinitely, like that's stupid. Like if I wanted to do that, I would play League or a MOBA, not StarCraft, where the goal is to kill the other guy's base and outthink him and outplay him, not just spam free units across the map for half an hour. So all that stuff needs to be tweaked. So yeah, there we go, guys. So that's my my analysis here of this update. I think Blizzard is, as usual, they're like kind of on the right track, but they're mostly clueless. They don't really have... It seems like the balance team needs somebody on their team that understands the game at a high level, because some of the things that they said here in this post are correct, but they don't, like, it's like they don't put two and two together. Like, they're not putting together that the Raven change actually did make Zerg late game, like, too strong, and, like, it removed Terran's late game win condition. Like, whereas, like, Protoss, Mass Carrier, High Templar is a win condition. You get to that, and you auto-win. Zerg, if you get to Mass Broodlord, Viper, Infestor, Mass Queen, Sporecrawler, that's like a win condition. You just auto-win the game, basically. Unless you're playing against the Protoss, then you auto-lose because Protoss's late game is stronger than Zerg's. Like, straight up. Protoss's late game with the Mass Carrier recalling from Nexus to Nexus across the map, Stasis Wards, Mass Cannons, and Shield Batteries, and Psystorm and Archons underneath, with like 15 carriers to 20 carriers, that's stronger than Zerg's late game. But yeah, I feel like if they should fix Terran's late game, nerf Protoss, Zerg, nerf the energy units, and we'll be good to go. So for the end of this video, guys, let me shout out people. I'm going to do this at the end of every video that I make, like I said earlier in the video. So if people want to subscribe, obviously like and subscribe to my YouTube. That's always appreciated. And yeah, I'll try and shout, people that leave positive comments or whatever, I'll try and shout you out in the next video, or give you guys attention in the next video. And as well, obviously, if you donate to me in the meantime while I'm not streaming, I will obviously shout you guys out as well. So again, for the haters out there, fuck the haters. You guys, there's people that support my stream, like my content, and the haters out there, like, keep hating. It doesn't matter. I'll be back on Twitch, and you have reinvigorated me to make YouTube videos. So guess what? You failed again. You failed in every fucking aspect. You failed. You thought you were gonna slow me down? I don't think so. Now I'm making YouTube videos too. Uh-oh, haters. Oh no! And people are and supporters of mine, such as Davis, he fucking donated $100 when I was making that last YouTube video. Like, that was very lucky. He donated $100. He said, with the message, "The God of Mac." So thank you, Davis, for that. J Dennis 187 donated $10 saying, "Hope you're doing well. So happy you shared my hate for barcodes. Otherwise, don't get too worked up about the cheaters and stream snipers. Just love the game." So thank you for that, J Dennis 187. And $10 from Jose. He says, "Keep it cool." I will. I'll keep it cool. I'll keep it chill. I appreciate it. So thank you guys. That is fucking sick. And, you know, I appreciate that fucking monetary support and the fact that you guys are supporting me even when I'm not able to stream. And, you know, just wait till I'm back, guys. You know, the Avilo Nation will be back stronger than ever. So, again, thank you for that fucking, you know, $100 donation. Again, Davis and Jay Dennis and Jose as well. Thank you guys for those $10 donations. Fucking sick. And yeah, tomorrow, another video coming out tomorrow. Woo! Be ready. Be ready tomorrow. Another video coming out. I don't know what it'll be about. It could be a commentary. Might be a rap video. Might be just another video where I'm just talking. We'll see. Let me know. Put stuff in the comments. If there's any relevant topics that you guys want me to talk about in you know, whenever you guys see one of these videos come up for the next video, if there's any relevant topic that you want me to talk about, such as the whole barcode thing, like I talked about that a little bit in the, I posted a video or a commentary of me against Ketrock. So yeah, if there's anything relevant in the StarCraft 2 community you want me to discuss, leave it in the comments. So thank you guys, and yeah, I will see you later. Peace out, everybody.